You're just in time. This vessel is just about to set sail from Newport Harbor. We have no idea where we're going. We have no idea how long it will take. And you know what? We don't care. Hi, I'm Robin Young. Welcome aboard a windjammer. This is the Bill of Rights, an exact replica of an 1856 sailing vessel, and probably the closest thing in modern times to that kind of a sailing experience.
We'll share that experience with you when we let the tide, the wind, and the weather determine our fate on a windjammer cruise.
The Bill of Rights is a gaff-rigged topsail schooner, an authentic replica of an 1856 slaver and contraband runner. It was probably one of the last boats built by Harvey Gamage, the master boat builder from South Bristol, Maine. And it's a windjammer, which means it depends solely on sail power, which means it depends solely on the winds. And you know how dependable they can be here in New England. And it's at the mercy of the weather, which we were to find out had very little mercy. But as a matter of fact, weather was the only thing we were concerned with once we put to sea, because it seems when you go on a windjammer cruise, you leave all other concerns in your wake.
Whiskey for me, Johnny.
The Bill of Rights is owned by Captain Joe Davis and skippered by Kip Files, who's given to spurts of oratory.
It was in August in 1867 when I first stepped aboard the decks, the Saucy Sally, to fill the berth of second mate. I was a tall, handsome young fellow, squarely and powerfully built, and a face in which honesty, intelligence, and exceptional brain power combined with simplicity and modesty. I could not help feeling a slight sense of gratification as I noticed my handsome features reflected in a bucket of bilge water.
And his first mate and sailing buddy of 7 years, Skip Wood.
Skip, how long you been sailing?
Well, all me bloomin' life. Me mother was a mermaid, me father was King Neptune. I was born on the crest of a wave and rocked in the cradle of the deep. Seaweed and barnacles on my clothes. Every hair on me head is hemp. Every finger on me hand is a marlin spike. Every bone on me body's a spar. And when I spits tar. As hot I is, I am I are.
And somehow one senses this won't be your ordinary sail.
People, you know, they come on board right off subways, right off taxi cabs, right off trains, newspapers, radios, TVs, watches, time schedules. And it is tough for them to get accustomed to.
The Bill of Rights is 125 feet from figurehead to stern rail, and the interior is beautiful Honduras and African mahogany. It sleeps up to 32 people comfortably, but I wouldn't bring along some of those luxury items like blow dryers or electric shavers. As a matter of fact, there's no electricity at all. And even though there are some of the necessary comforts of home, there's no hot water.
Slack the stern and cast it off. You cast that off.
Stern line, please.
Windjammer cruising is a vacation with no schedules, no timetables. And we're at the mercy of the elements. We go when we can, we go where we can.
Cast off the bow line. Jib on her. Coming back, finest kind, finest kind.
And with her yawl boat guiding her, the Bill of Rights gingerly makes her graceful exit from the harbor to the open sea, where she'll be on her own.
Every time we take her out, you know, it's a dangerous job. Most people don't realize that sailing is dangerous business.
Pot, 2 points to port.
What are some of the things you're keeping your eye on?
As I come down here, the mark, the water, how it's running, the bridge, this boat, that boat, and the weather.
Considerable calmness tonight with just a few showers early at night.
We might just catch the edge of it. I don't think we're going to catch the brunt of it, though, huh?
The wind and the tides. Fair wind, fair tide can go anywhere. Fair wind, fair tide, you can have a great sail, a great day. Foul wind, foul tide, just be sheer hell.
Something going on.
Yeah. Humid days, a lot of buoyancy.
God's got a lot of activity up there. Those hammers are going.
You got to get your bowling ball out. We just wait for it to get here. It may get here and it may not. It's coming in the direction of that, and if we get it, it'll be that corner. We won't get the brunt of it.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans.
A line of thunderstorms will be moving through the Rhode Island area during the next few hours. Some of these thunderstorms will be accompanied by strong gusty winds, rough seas, and scattered thunderstorms. Boarders should seek safe harbor immediately.
Pay attention up there. We can't get nasty. Just keep steady on her. The vessel's backing down, so you just keep yourself right square on her. It's unbelievable. It's so awesome and powerful.
You can hear the wind howling as it came. I was too busy to be afraid.
Pete, spot on something.
Just hold right there. It's not really frightening, no. Your heart beats hard sometimes, but it's not really frightening. You know what you can do, you know what your crew can do, you know what the vessel can do, and you just don't try and overstep your boundaries at all.
When the next day dawns, the passengers have a new respect for the sea.
Okay, we're going to be setting this mainsail now. Everybody's help halyard. This is the peak halyard on the starboard side. It hauls the sail up furthest from the mast. The commands are fairly simple. I think it's maybe more aware of myself, my capabilities. Easy on the peak.
Easy on the bird.
I know I can handle a lot of different situations. I feel at ease with myself, and this vessel helped do that. Easy on the peak.
We're the only ones that are keeping up behind around. We're here up behind. That's a tradition.
On the peak, up behind.
A third, up behind.
It's a huge boat. It's the largest boat that I've ever sailed on. And when you hear the wind and the masts creaking, it really is an awesome feeling.
It's just something that you feel, I guess. It's all difficult to put into words.
Did you see the sunset last night when we came in? That's, you know, that's one of the things we like about it.
To me, the feel of a big wooden boat, making a move, it's just it's a romance. You just love it, or you wouldn't do it. It's too hard. The work is too long, too many hours.
People say the sea gets in your blood, or sailing gets in your blood, or a vessel gets in your blood, and it definitely does.
I think they call it sea fever, and believe me, a lot of us left with it, and we'll be back. And we'll be back in a moment with some good ideas next year on TV4's Evening Magazine.